Hello guys, welcome to Duels and Deck Profiles, where I basically show you guys deck profiles that I think are pretty cool and have their own sort of play style. And today we are going to be looking at Dragonmaids. Konami! Why did you make this deck? Why did you make this deck, Konami? This deck is just waifus, mommies, whatever you want to call them for days. And it's like, Konami, why? And today we're basically going to be looking at the deck. I'm going to show you the deck profile I've come up with. I've also added some of my own personal little cheeky text in. And we're just going to look at it and show you what the deck can personally do. Now, I'm going to tell you now, this is mainly just a very grind-based deck where it builds up advantage over time and just likes to out-resource your opponent. The deck isn't very early game based, where it can be sometimes with like the guard dragons if you open the correct hand, but it's something that is more oriented to the late game plays than more the early game plays. So that's like the kind of deck it is. Let's go into the deck profile so I can kind of show you what the deck does, kind of give you my personal opinion on it and what the deck does. So we only play one of each of the big ones because these are the ones that you kind of want to get into the graveyard more than anything, and you don't really want to open them turn one, you want to open the smaller ones. So we play one Flamey. This is the one that basically is a Honest that gives a 2,000 attack point boost to any Dragonmaid monster. One Loot, which targets one face monster on the board and prevents it from activating its effect. So you could prevent like a negate from a Red Hot Dragon Archfiend Abyss, or you could prevent an effect from pretty much anything that negates. One Udi that summons a Dragonmaid monster from your hand of level 4 or lower, and one Flus, which targets a monster in your opponent's either player's graveyard and shuffles it into the deck. So these are basically the four main dragons that you want to be don't want to really see in your opening hand, but you want to get into the graveyard as soon as possible. And that's kind of what the deck is kind of focused to do: get these in the graveyard, then summon them back with the little ones. We play one Tempest, one Destrudo, and one Dark Worm because these are just like really nice dragon combos. Like Storm, just free dragon on the board, Destrudo, half your life points for 7 plays, and one Dark Worm because we are sending a lot of dragons to the graveyard. So this is just a free summon, which can also combo nicely with the Destrudo if you open one or the other. We play free Tilru, which is basically the searcher of the deck, which also summons out doesn't summon out, which also allows you to add any Dragonmaid dragon monster from your deck, and then send one from your hand to the graveyard. So typically you're going to be adding one of the big ones, sending the big one, or if you've already got a big one in hand, you'll add one of the smaller ones and then send the big one to the grave. Parla, this is your Foolish Burial monster, which just sends any Dragonmaid monster to the graveyard, so typically the big ones. Free Nursa, which summons any Dragonmaid monster of level 4 or lower from the graveyard. That's really nice. And all of these monsters get effects when they're normal or special turn, which is also really powerful. And one Laundry. Well, this is the one that you don't really want to see. This is the one that kind of just sends the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, and kind of is only there for name in general, just so you can have that additional Dragon Maid, because you can only use each Dragon Maid's monster's effect once per turn. So you want to play 3 of the ones that kind of like give you more advantage, and then just like one of the one that just isn't guaranteed advantage, because it's a name. And all of the monsters, Dragonmaid monsters respectively, the big ones add to the hand special Dragonmaids from the hand, and the little ones add back to the hand to summon the big ones from hand or graveyard. So that's kind of what the deck is revolving around. It's kind of just doing that, and the small ones do it during the battle phase, at the start of the battle phase, and the big ones do it at the end of the battle phase. But for spells, we play 2 Return of the Dragon Lords because it's just like Monster Reborn for any of our big ones after we've like send them to the graveyard. Plus, it's protection for our dragons in general. 2 Dragon Shrine because we kind of just want to turbo as many dragons into the graveyard as possible. We want to get the big ones there. We want to get the little ones there at times with like Nasari. So it's just like turbo as well with like the one Foolish Barrel and the Dragon Queen. One Upstart Goblin because 39 cards is pretty good. One Monster Reborn, same reason as the Return of the Dragon Lords, just free summon. Triple Hospitality of the Dragonmaids. It summons a Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard, and also sends a Dragonmaid monster of the same attribute from your deck to the graveyard. So summon a little one, send a big one. Basic play with that. One Dragonmaid changing because this is your fusion spell that allows you to summon out your Huskes, and it's also searchable through Paula, which just sends it to the graveyard, return Paula to hand, and then use it to summon out the big one. And one Dragon's Ravine because it's Dragon's Ravine, as I said, and it's also searchable through Romulus. We also played the triple Ash Blossom and triple Impermanence as hand traps. Don't know if I said the Ash Blossom, but we're saying it anyway. Two, Dragonmaid Relaxation, because it's your main searcher in the deck, where you just return the little Dragonmaids to the hand or the big Dragonmaids to then search any Dragonmaid card in your deck. So you want to be playing this. I'm only playing it at 2 because it is a trap and kind of slow, but you should play this at least 2 in the deck in general. And Triple Solemn Judgment, because this is a deck that kind of goes into the long game more often than not, and just having the ability to negate anything late game or early game to stop your opponent from being able to do anything to you is very, very nice. For extra, we play 1 LP for those card plays, 1 Celestial Spheres, because, or Heavenly Spheres as it's called in the TCG, because it's just a compulse and lets me summon any dragon made from the deck in general, so that's really nice. 1 Romulus, because it searches the Dragon's Ravine. You're never going to really use its effect to summon from hand or anything like that, but if you do, it can be nice, I suppose. 1 Agapane, just to summon any of those dragons from the extra deck. 1 Triple Burst for Guard Dragon Cheeky combos. 1 Apollos Goddess Bow, because negates are nice. 1 Boral Sword OTK potential. 1 Big Eye, because we do play like 4 level 7s, so it can come up. 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, same as the Big Eye. 1 Hope Harbinger, because we play 2 level 8 monsters that it could come up in, plus we can summon it through the extra Agapane. 1 Black Rose Dragon, just for that board nuke with Destrudo and Darkworm. 1 Samurai Destroyer, just a cheeky Armades card that I'm kind of playing for like cheeky purposes, and it revives itself if it dies, so it's kind of nice. 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, because it summons through Agapane, and 2 Husky, the Dragonmaid Husky, because it summons more Dragonmaids from the deck, and it also kills monsters when a Dragonmaid is returned from the field to the hand. And that effect isn't once per turn, so imagine you have 4, your opponent has 4 monsters, you just pop 4 monsters. Pretty good, am I right? So this is the build that I've kind of come up with. It's something that I personally feel is very grindy. It likes to go into the long game, and I'm personally liking the build in general. It hasn't had many flaws in my personal opinion. It does have kind of like those brick hands that turn up once every while when you open multiple of the high levels, or you draw like just spells in general, which don't really do much. But it does have its own playstyle. It does have a unique way of playing the game, and it's something that I am personally enjoying. So we'll go into a match. Hopefully we can get someone really quick so the video doesn't go on too long, and we got someone instantly, and I can show you what the deck does. So we are going first because the deck kind of does want to go first at times, but sometimes it wants to go second, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine will go ahead and send a Tilru. We're sending a Tilru because we opened the Nursery, which will allow us to summon the Tilru back. So Nursery effect, we'll go ahead and summon Tilru, like so, and then Tilru will trigger getting us any Dragon Maid from our deck. We'll go ahead and get to our hand a level 7 one. We'll go get Floose, because just to get out the deck. It doesn't really matter which one we get half the time. So we'll go just send Floose straight to the grave. We'll then go ahead and set 2 cards, and we'll pass our turn. Actually, we don't need to pass our turn, so we'll just go ahead and summon the Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres, just so we can have that compulse option on board. And also, it will allow us to summon another Nursery from the deck to summon the Tilru again, just deck thin even more. So we've got a negate, we've got 2 basically negates on board, and we've got a relaxation, which we'll use when we summon the second Nursery. Alright, so he's playing a 48 card deck, so he could be playing anything from Dangers to Thunder, to some sort of FTK, probably a Thunder Dragon Crusader deck, just because that's the typical deck right now that would play this number of cards. But we will see what he is playing. He's got 6 cards in hand though, and he's thinking, so he's got to have some sort of play. I don't know what it could potentially be. It could be anything along the lines of a combo, thinking how to do a combo, anything along those lines, but we have got our Dragon Maids taking care of us, doing all the necessary laundry, cooking, nursing us back to health, presenting food for us, and all of that stuff. I haven't watched the Dragonmaid anime, and I'm proud of that. I probably should, but then I won't be proud of it. Why did I say that? I don't know. But hopefully this guy doesn't just time out. Like, don't make me just sit here. Don't make me just sit here watching you do nothing. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. I am playing Dragonmaids. Don't you bloody dare. Yeah, so the deck is very long game based. It doesn't really like this is one of those unique hands where you can just have like that additional turn one combo where I've opened Nursery and a way to get Dragonmaid in the grave. But majority of the time, you won't really see these kinds of hands unless you just draw the like god hands. I have made it as consistent as possible to get to these hands, but you really need to open Nursery to guarantee this sort of hand. And it looks like this my opponent's just going to time out. He's like, you're playing this kind of deck. You're not allowed to have fun. I'm just going to make you time out. Yeah, he just like, nope, not playing against you. I'm not watching this fire unfold. But hopefully the next person doesn't do that and be a kind of dickhead. Okay, so let's go. Don't be that guy. We'll go first again. Okay, and we've opened a pretty consistent hand again. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start off with the Paula, and we'll use Paula to send to graveyard the fusion spell. Okay, we'll then use the fusion spell to return Paula to hand. And we'll go ahead and use Hospitality, which will go ahead and summon Laundry. Laundry's effect, we'll use that to also send the Dragonmaid thing, the big Dragonmaid, and we'll go ahead and send 3. Okay, so we've actually sent a respectable amount of cards this time. And I kind of want to use the fusion now. And the reason for that is it will just allow me to have my big girl on board. But the reason we're not going to, there is a reason, is because we want to keep Dragonmaids on board. We want to be able to essentially guarantee that we have a Dragonmaid summon from our hand. So I'll just pass there, watch this guy with his 55 card deck, try to do something, and he's using a Dragon Shrine himself. Okay. Oh, okay. So send a Dark Worm. So he's probably playing a Pendulum deck, or he could be playing the Dragonmaid deck as well. I don't know. But we're definitely going to Judgment and Electromite if he play. Yeah, he's playing Pendulum. I don't really think he would be doing anything else if he wasn't playing Pendulum. Okay, so he places the Master Cerberus, uses the Master Cerberus. That's fine. Searches the Jackal King. That's also fine. Okay. Like, we might just get OTK'd here. I don't know, but we're definitely stopping Electromite. Okay, sure. Carry on. Continue. Sends the Jackal King. Sure. Summons a Cerberus. Now, if I was him, I would just activate 2 scales and then banish my Dragonmaid. But he could do whatever he wants. Like, I honestly should. Yeah, he's going to banish it. Yep. Like, that was very predictable. I knew that was coming. That's one of my names gone, which is sad, but it has to happen at times. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and judgment this. We don't want this to happen, and he could potentially just OTK me here. I doubt he can't, because he literally just has to pendulum summon 2 monsters. Really, he could just summon the Jackal King and like a monster of 1600 attack, and I'm dead. But hopefully he can't. But we'll have to see. Something I realized I should have kind of done was just made the Hieratic Seal with our Destrudo, but things happen. Things happen. I'm not going to complain. But yeah, so he is currently thinking maybe his hand isn't that good, or he's debating if he should summon the Curtain Raiser. No, he's just going to Pendulum Summon. Like, this is the correct play, so he summons a Dark Worm and a Time Gazer. Is that it? No, there's got to be more. Like, there's no, like, what would be the point in that? There is none. Like, if you were going to do this, then you should have just done something else. Okay, interesting. I'm wondering where this is going. Like, unless he's got some extra deck play that he could do, I don't see. Yeah, he screwed up. He generally screwed up. Okay. I don't know why he would go this route, but sure, whatever. I'm not opposed to this. All right, so we drew the big girl. We drew a big girl. And we are just going to try to go in now. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and go ahead and use Paula. Paula's effect, we'll go ahead and send Dragonmaid to the grave. And we'll go ahead and send Nasari. All right, then we'll go ahead and use the fusion spell to fusion into Husuke, or however you pronounce her name. Then we'll go ahead and use Monster Reborn, which is going to go ahead and summon us a Nasari. All right. Then Nasari's effect. Go ahead and summon Paula. And we'll go into the battle phase. We'll go ahead and use Nasari. Return to hand to summon Erida. And then we'll use our Dragonmaid, which will return you to hand. Then we'll use Paula, which will go ahead and summon Flamey. And this effect will trigger, killing the Dark One. And then we will just kill him. Yeah, this game. So I don't know what he could have had in hand or what he was thinking, because he potentially had game, and yeah, he just surrenders. But he could have potentially had a lot more cards that he could have used. Like, I could have definitely seen him just summoning the Jackal King instead of the Dark One. But it's interesting the way he took, and that's just the route he could have taken. If I couldn't have killed him, I was just going to make a Heretic Seals of Heavenly Spears. I should have done that turn one, thinking about it, because I had the Judgment as well. So that would essentially give me 2 disruptions and a second way to just kill the Electromite without having to pay half my life. Well, I would pay half my life, but it would be a different circumstance, and I'll be able to have 2 monsters on board over 1. So it is an interesting play. It is an interesting route this command took, but this is what the deck can basically does. It's a deck that likes to flood as many monsters as possible, get to the big dragons as soon as possible without actually playing multiples, because if you play too many, they just turn into bricks, and the little ones are just the consistency in general. So this is the deck. It's a really fun deck to play. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's got its own little play style that does its own little things. Will it be meta? I don't think it will. Maybe they could get some more support that could just skyrocket into the stratosphere. But unless it's like a consistent search card that isn't the trap, I don't see that happening. Guys, this is the deck. Tell me what you think of it in the comment section below. Tell me if you enjoyed the video. Tell me if you liked the deck. Tell me if you like Dragonmaids, I suppose, and all of that good stuff. And all of you filthy Yu-Gi-Oh players who are just like getting really, really good off this deck, well, you got it. You got it. Here's a deck profile for you. But guys, that's the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Robert Bat1 signing out. Dragonmaids, Konami, really later on.